Titanfall 2 is a very diverse game with a lot of different ways to play. Some are ideal, others not so much. Today we're going to look at something that one might not consider competitively viable, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. We're going to watch a match of pilot versus pilot being played with a special loadout. Before we start the match, let's see what armaments we'll have with us. Our tactical ability is Amped Wall. It creates a pilot-sized protective barrier that blocks all attacks from the front. It also increases the damage of attacks fired through the wall. Our ordnance is the Firestar. After contacting a surface, the Firestar erupts like a miniature volcano, damaging all nearby targets. Our boost is Pilot Sentry. This little turret would make Overwatch's Torbjorn very proud, and I'm sure it makes everyone that dies to it very frustrated. With a 1-minute lifespan, this thing will lay waste to any infantry in its field of view. Our pilot kits are Ordnance Expert and Hover, and finally our primary weapon is the Mastiff shotgun. Much like the English Mastiff I'm sure this gun was named after, it's big, unwieldy, and packs a punch even at the ranges in which its shotgun counterpart is rendered completely ineffective. So, now that we know what equipment we're bringing with us, let's get into the match. Alright, we are about to kick it off. There's 10 seconds left on the clock before the match begins. We are on the map Crash Site. This is a bit of an awkward map, but I don't think a lot of people are a fan of the starting positions. Each team is on either side of a very long corridor, and it's this weird struggle for dominance. Which team can get control of the corridor first? I'm going to place down the Amped Wall and start firing the Mastiff shotgun down that corridor. It's not really doing too much, and neither is that Firestar because of the Amped Wall. It is going to protect me, but unfortunately the Amped Wall does not last forever. It is now inactive, and it looks like I'm going for a flanking maneuver, trying to get my parkour on. If my parkour is any good, no, it doesn't look like it's very good. I've lost all momentum at this point, so any opportunity for a quick flank is gone, and it looks like the enemy team had a similar idea. There's somebody coming for a flank as well, and it looks like there's two of them actually, and I don't know if I'm capable of winning a 2 versus 1, so I'm going to back right into a corner and put up the Amped Wall. So if somebody comes around, they're going to get it, and they're going to get it good. But it doesn't look like anybody's going to come, so I am actually going to go back out into the fray. The biggest downside to the Mastiff shotgun is that it does fire projectiles, but when you're right up in somebody's face, it doesn't matter how slow those projectiles are going. They are going to make contact, and they're going to kill the target. So the scores are 8-8 right now. We're off to a pretty slow start. Nothing too insane is happening at the moment, but right now I actually have the entire enemy team flanked. But if I fire off my shotgun, everybody's going to turn around and they are going to start killing me. So it looks like I'm going for the melee on that guy, teaching him a lesson about aiming down sights for too long. That is what you get for, you know, not paying attention to your surroundings. It's very important, especially in a game like Titanfall where enemies can come from just about anywhere. And it looks like the enemies are coming from behind me, so I'm going to turn around very quickly and put up that Amped Wall, start looking for targets, firing that Mastiff. It does have damage fall off, so the attacks do get weaker from a farther distance, but unlike the EVA 8 auto, the Mastiff can still hit its targets from a ridiculous distance away. And it looks like I picked up 1 kill and a 2nd kill with the Firestar, and I'm going for a 3rd kill, but I'm going to get the assist instead of the oh baby triple. That is very unfortunate for me, but it's still good for the team. We are now at 16-15. The teams are pretty even. You know, matchmaking might not be perfect, but for right now it looks like things are pretty good. And this guy, he whiffed all of his shots. I'm not gonna lie, I should have been dead in that situation, but I lived. I'm not complaining. There's no sense in complaining about good fortune. So the score is currently 21-16 so far. Things are going pretty well with the Mastiff shotgun and the Amped Wall. It's definitely not the ideal tactical to pair with a shotgun. You probably would more prefer something that can help you get into close proximity of targets a little bit faster. Maybe stim, but sniper is going to turn around very slowly and shoot me right in the testicles. Maybe if I had stim, I would have been able to close the distance a little bit faster and pick up the kill, but that's karma for you right there. I do a little bad manners, you know, walk up to him and punch him in the face, and then he's going to slowly turn around and shoot me in the nuts. That is retribution for you. In any case, things are going pretty well because that was our first death. Hopefully our second death doesn't come so quickly. We're putting up the Amped Wall. That is going to provide us with a little bit of cover. The Firestar is going to come out, though, and I think I actually walked through the wall to the danger zone, which is in front of the amped wall where you are no longer protected. So that is unfortunate. Hopefully, though, we don't get caught in a bit of a death spiral. What usually happens in first-person shooters is after your first death, the first death is always the hardest, right? And then you keep respawning and you keep dying. You respawn, you die, you respawn, you die over and over and over again, and that is not a good position to be in. So I've got to collect myself, I've got to come back together, and I've got to keep pushing for the team. We are currently at 31-27, so we do have a slight lead, but that lead may go down. And somebody did throw a grenade from behind me, so I'm going to go in and try and pick up the kill, but it is not going to work. I'm going to get shot right in the stomach. We don't need to see that kill cam. We know exactly what happened there. So the game is still close. The score is 35-29. If I keep dying immediately after securing kills, things are not going to go well for us. So hopefully I can pick up some momentum here. I can get off that death spiral. I'm going to turn around. I heard some shots behind me. Then I'm going to hit that guy right in the face with the Mastiff. Almost picked up a double kill, but my teammate was there to help me out, so he's going to get that one. Looks like I've made contact with some more enemies. I'm going for the fight. Putting up the amped wall. Going to shoot him right in the face. It looks like we got another target, but I didn't see him. Going to turn around very quickly. He's using the Mozambique. I'm using the Mastiff. The Mastiff is the dig old Bick, and it is going to get the kill. That is very good. The Mozambique is sort of like a miniature version of the Mastiff, and you know what? Sometimes bigger is better. In this case, bigger is going to pick up the kill. Gonna activate another turret. We finally got our boost ready. Gonna plop that thing down in a nice sort of hidden location so it might catch somebody by surprise. And whoa, I didn't even see that. There was a cloak pilot sort of hanging around being mischievous, but the cloak ability is not as effective against pilots as it is against Titan, so I was able to see the sort of shimmer. It looks like I have my sights set on an enemy very far away from me, but the Mastiff, like I said earlier, it does have a pretty significant range. It can hit targets from clear across the map, even though it is a shotgun. Those projectiles move very slowly, but they retain the majority of their damage even across long distances. And I'm actually going to make use of the hover ability for the first time, but I'm not actually going to pick up a kill. And my goodness, whatever the hell that was, it killed me really fast. That is that time to kill. That's a very hot topic in the Titanfall universe. Is the time to kill too fast or is it too slow? I don't think anybody is worried about not dying very fast when they play Titanfall. I think people are worried about dying too fast. You know, I don't know. It feels okay. I don't know. There are obviously some guns that, you know, kill a little bit too fast across too great a distance. I'm looking at you, the Vault SMG. But for the most part, I think the developers did a pretty decent job at balancing the guns in the game. So, in any case, we are back in the thick of it, and it looks like the enemies have seen me, so I'm going to run into a corner and put up that amped wall. So now I am pretty much invincible from my current position. I'm going to pick up 2 kills because of my sort of shifty tactics. It's definitely looked down upon. Camping is not something that people like, but, you know, it's sometimes when your back is against the wall, you got to put up a tent. And when I say put up a tent, I mean put up the amped wall. Now, I've made contact with 3 enemies. This is a very dangerous position. I do not have the amped wall available to me, but I am going to stay in the thick of the action. I need to reload my Mastiff, though, and I'm not doing the tactical reload, so I got to squeeze the top of the gun a little bit before inserting the shells back into the gun. But now that I am fully reloaded, I'm going to try and get back into the action, but I'm going to get blown up by a tick. That thing was just waiting for me. Look at it. Evil little bastard. At this point, though, I think we have more or less secured our victory. The score is now 70-47. Just something happened in there. You know, there was a little bit of a transition where my team just started getting a lot more kills than the enemy team, and my pilot sentry actually just picked up another kill, making the score 73-48. But yeah, just something must have happened. We got a nice swing of momentum and really capitalized on that and took the lead. And I've made contact with another enemy. I'm whiffing all of my shots. Thank goodness my teammate was there. Oh my goodness, I'm going to put up the amped wall, but I'm going to continue sliding ahead of it for some reason. That wasn't really a smart move, but it worked out in the end. And I found another enemy. Instead of waiting by the wall, I'm actually going to run outside of it, and then I'm going to run back to it, and then I'm going to take the kill. That was a little bit weird. That is obviously not the recommended way to use the amped wall. There's probably a disclaimer on the package that it comes in that says don't use the amped wall like that, but I used it like that and it worked out pretty well. But let's take a look at this. Getting killed by the Mozambique. That is a little bit of revenge for Vortex right there. We are just having a little bit of back and forth. I'm killing him, then I'm better, and then he's killing me, and then he's better. You know, it's just back and forth, back and forth. But the score is now 83-54. The enemy team is still trying. They're definitely putting up a fight, but at this point, unless they do some craziness, they are not going to be able to come back from this. This is pretty much turned into a bloodbath. You know, it started off even, but now The victor has more or less been decided. So looking around for targets, running around with that thing, gonna toss down the amped wall, and now I am basically invulnerable from the front, and that is where all the enemies are coming from. So I'm just gonna sit back there and chill, pick up 2 nice kills, and I'm gonna get an assist because my teammates are following behind me. Oh my goodness, it is a tick. Gotta run away from that thing. Thank goodness it didn't kill me again. Those things are very frustrating little buggers. And now I'm running straight into the action. Gonna pick up 1 kill, gonna throw a fire star. Am I gonna get the second one? I've run out of ammunition in my gun. I'm going to plop down a pilot sentry. For some reason, I'm still alive. It looks like my team did manage to save me, and then the pilot sentry is going to pick up a kill, but I am finally going to go down. That was a weird situation, honestly. I don't know why I survived as long as I did. That is just maybe good luck is on my side for once. Usually my matches don't go this well, but you know, I went 24-7, all things considered. It's pretty decent. You know, it may not be worthy of its own sort of montage video. You know, it's definitely not game sager caliber, but you know, it went pretty damn good, you know, and I had fun. So that is the Mastiff shotgun, firing at tremendous ranges, the amped wall giving me protection when I need it. It's an interesting setup, and I had a lot of fun with it. And there we go. We are finished. This has been a match of pilot versus pilot with the amped wall and the Mastiff shotgun, aka the dig old Bick. All right, it's a very fun loadout. It's a little bit goofy. I can't say I'd recommend it for the most competitive levels of play, but it's fun, and fun is half the battle. I'm sure if they ever add a ranked mode, you won't see too many people using the amped wall and the dig old Bick, but who really knows what the future will bring for Titanfall? But if anything, it is a bright future indeed, because this is a fantastic game and it is a tremendous amount of fun to play. So with that said, the name of the game is Titanfall 2. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.